Hello, Charlton channel fans, and welcome back to another video. This one is going to be a special series edition because of the playoffs. So make sure you stay updated with the hopefully free series if we do get to Wembley. But anyway, let's get talking about the playoffs predictions. Now, obviously, Stockport County's and Leyton score has drawn 2-2, which we don't need to talk about. But yeah, if just bear in mind this is no criticism to your club. I'm just making some honest reviews about what I think is going to happen. So anyway, let's get straight into it. So obviously, Leyton are a good side, and they got a real good manager, Richie Wellens. He's done a real good job to get Leyton to where they are, because at the start of the season or during the season they were in the relegation zone, and the fact that they've been able to go from relegation zone to playoffs is quite amazing, and I think that's something that is really positive for them. So I really hope that we go that if we get to Wembley, we can face them. Next up, of course, is Wycombe Wanders, and yes, I am doing this as the league table. There's mini top four. Wycombe Wanders now, of course, they lost manager Matt Bloomfield to Leyton Town, who have sadly gotten relegated to League One this year, after a good season in the Premier League, and a pretty bad season back in the Championship, and now in League One. But yeah, although they've lost Matt Bloomfield, they brought in Mike Dodds, who's been a real character for Wycombe. He's got good players like Sam Vokes, Richard Cohn, who are really strong players in attack, who always wanted to try and get a game in. So I think us facing Wycombe, it'll be a tough challenge, but if we can beat them in both legs, then we should get our chance to go to Wembley. But yeah, I think we'll do really good against Wycombe Wanders tomorrow in the first leg, and then of course us, which I'll talk about at the end, which we are in fourth place, and then of course Stockport County's Dave Challoner. Now, Dave Challoner has done a real good job at Stockport County for I don't know how many years he's been there for, but he's got some real good players like Callum Camps, Corey Dye, who else? Kyle Wooten, and some other good players, and that Manchester City loanee, I can't think of his name, but he played here at Lewis Fanini. He played at Charlton, so yeah. But I think from the way I've seen Stockport, Stockport have been playing really good football, and it's if we do get to Wembley, then whoever we face, it is going to be a tough challenge, but it is there's a spot there's a spot at Wembley waiting for us, which could take us back home to where we belong. So yeah, but yeah, I think Stockport are going to do pretty well. And then of course, moving on to us, the job that the job that Nathan Jones has done, you know, in his first full season is amazing. You know, from that Crawley game and you know defeat, which still comes back to haunt me a bit. You know, from where we were being on, you know, 12th place. You know, we've gone from being, you know, 12th place, stuck here. You know, and then, you know, in March, bam, being in the, you know, top 6. And I just think it's amazing, you know, how, you know, the work that we've done, you know, the players, you know, that we brought in, you know, like the likes of Matty Godden, Josh Edwards, who else? Luke Berry, I can't think of any more. Raheem Dixon, you know, Will Manning, you know, they've all done a real, you know, real good, you know, real good job, you know, and I think it's something that we should all be, you know, proud of, because, you know, the amount of work we've, you know, done, and, you know, the amount of, you know, nuts that we've cracked to be able to come here is just amazing, you know, and, you know, thinking of being in the playoffs in, you know, December, you know, it wouldn't, you know, it would sound ridiculous, but, you know, we could actually do it, actually go to Wembley, get promoted and go home. But, you know, anything could happen in them, you know, 2 legs, you know. We could lose, you know, we could lose both legs, miss out on promotion. We could beat Wycombe, go to Wembley and get promotion. But, you know, anything can happen. But if I'm being honest, if I had to say my predictions, I'd go for either a 2-2 draw at Adams Park tomorrow, or a 4-0 away win, like last time. And then for home legs, I'd have to go with 3-0 to Charlton. And then of course, you know, going on to the other one, for Stockport County versus Leyton next Wednesday. Obviously, they both got 2-2. What I'll say is, Stockport County and Leyton will be 3-3 in the 90th minute, and then I think Leyton Orient will get a last minute winner at Isley Park, either from Charlie Kelman, Sean Clare, or Omar Beckles. So I think that's what's going to happen. But yeah, and, you know, remember, you know, as Charlton fans, you know, we need to, you know, believe in ourselves, you know, have that hunger, you know, drive the boys on, you know, and be the firm, you know, because it's going to be hard, you know, real hard, not just the first legs, but, you know, being, you know, at Wembley, you know, that time at Wembley in 2019 was a one-off, and, you know, before you say anything like, oh, what do you mean by one-off? And what I mean by one-off is that the only reason we won is because we had good players. You know, real good players, you know, players better than Matty Godden, Lloyd Jones, Kane Ramsey, Will Manning, Ashley Manabua, you know, so, you know, or Dean Buzanis, who's still here, so, you know, yeah, but all I'm going to say is that it's going to be tough. But anyway, roll on to Wycombe Wanders tomorrow, which I'm going to go to. Hopefully, we have got Lloyd Jones, Thierry Small and Luke Berry, because we will need them if we are going to try and win again. But yeah, thank you for all of you listening to my predictions. If you have any other predictions, or if you think I made the predictions wrong, let me know down below in the comments, and I will take a look at them. But yeah, other than that, let's see if we can get a win. And yeah, come on you Reds, up the Addicts, and of course up the Charlton channel.